Hello there everyone, this is GoodGuyPalps and welcome to Let's Play Civilization 6 as America. We're getting pretty close here to finishing our expansion phase. We're getting some of our last settlers out, and we'll get this settler over to here. And then once we get this city in, we'll probably send Magnus over, chop out quite a bit, and buy a settler here to get this last city. Probably as soon as we chop this tile, next, or in 2 turns, we'll move Magnus out. So, let's see, this settler needs to come here. We'll go ahead and break the escort formation between the swordsman and the siege tower, and then create it with the settler. And have the swordsman escort the settler over here. And now we'll go next turn. Now we can settle this city. It is losing loyalty, but we're going to send Magnus over in about 2 turns. We can keep the swordsman right here. We're going to want to buy up just a couple tiles before the city-state can claim them, such as these 2 honey. They're pretty valuable. And with that, let's take our free builder to improve these spices. And we had a lot of luxury resources. This would have been a good map for the Monopolies game mode as well, but really wanted to focus on these preserves and stuff. So what to build first in this city? We still need a diplomatic quarter. We're probably going to want to put that in Washington somewhere, if we can. The production here is pretty bad, but it will improve. We're going to want some type of... I guess this city would have more national parks. Where is the best place to actually put a preserve here? If we do get this city in right about here, we might be able to put 1 tile over actually, which would probably be pretty nice. We could do a preserve maybe right here, and that'd be a pretty good preserve. It's going to boost all of these tiles. Alternatively, we could do 1 right up here on the mountains, but if we wanted to use some national parks, this would give us a bit more room, I think, to do some other national parks. So if we actually buy this tile, spend a lot of gold on this city right away, but we can actually get a preserve for +2. Interesting. I was not expecting a war between Alexander the Great. Oh, with Zulu. Zulu declared war on us. Alexander the Great's our friend. That makes more sense. We were declared friends. Right, so we've gotten the Merchant Republic. We're going to want to go ahead and take that. We're definitely going to review those policies. Now, with this war, this is unfortunate. The Zulu declared war on Spain, and we've declared war as a defensive pact. That's unfortunate. I almost wish we didn't have the alliance with Spain, because now we can't get our swordsman or settler through here until we make peace. Unless we can take this city, and we really don't have the military to do so. Wasn't the goal to get military right now. We definitely want to do a chop here, and then probably come back and build this mine. This actually would be a really great preserve spot as well, but so is this. We will lose this pretty phenomenal tile, but we'll boost all of these tiles, so. Let's put this mine in. We've lost Valletta. That's okay. Our faith we could actually use on the settler in a few turns. Now that we've done this chop, let's send Magnus to our new city. We can use him to buy settlers here. We might have to buy 2 settlers here, which is fine. We just need the city to grow, and because of that, let's make sure it's focused on as much growth as possible. Actually, it'd be better to focus on the spices, which has production on it. And some gold, and more food now. With that, we can get another trade route. We'll probably want to buy a trade route here in Charleston if we can. We're not building any more settlers, so we don't want to keep this card in. Want to get rid of that. Put this over here. We are still building some harbors, I believe, and if not, we will be very soon. Retainers would be nice. 2 loyalty per turn isn't bad. However, we can focus a lot more on wealth. Could take this. Let's see. We could double. Oh, we know we don't have theology. We can't double our holy site adjacency bonuses yet. We could take more housing and amenities. Let's slip this in. Oh, that's actually. Let's look at colonial offices. If we look at continents, no, we're still all on the same continent. That's fine. If only we had something that could boost preserves, since we're building pretty much those everywhere we can. Oh, we're already that's right, we're already boosting our holy sites. The new builders getting extra actions is great for the new cities we're about to found. We have a few envoys. This will increase our gold by a little bit. And we can take extra influence for now. I think that is decent. We do want to get our trade routes done as soon as possible. Let's grab guilds. Our next focus on the civic tree is going to be getting a conservation so that we can plant forest. We're going to want a lot of builders and plant woods everywhere. All these tiles, it'll boost the appeal and we'll get significantly better yields from it. Let's see. We still have harbor buildings boosted. And we already completed it, actually. Just completed the lighthouse, which is why we have the other trade route available. Not a bad idea to actually get that trade route. Washington would actually be a decent city to put in the mausoleum, though we don't have a phenomenal place for it, and there's no sea resources, which is unfortunate. We did, however, complete the harbor. We could build something like Colossus to get on our trade route here as well. We also need to build our government plaza building. Now they've upgraded our government intelligence agency. It wouldn't be bad. Foreign ministry is not bad. But that's going to give us more diplomatic favor, which is probably what we want to focus on. In this game is lots and lots of diplomatic favor, though getting more faith isn't bad. But let's go foreign ministry. We're also going to want to make sure we have a place where we can build the Statue of Liberty. This trade route, I think I will send to Charleston. And here, we're not going to have Magnus, so we probably want to chop. I mean, we won't be able to get him over here in time, so we'll just have to use him what we have. Chop there. It's going to improve the appeal as well, and we'll have to chop away the marsh, and that'll help with the appeal, and not to mention the food in the city, which has plenty of housing. Once we get the military engineers out, we're going to finish this dam first, then probably one over here, and then the one in Buffalo. Not to mention build the aqueducts as well. Now, we do need to wait the 9 turns, and we're pretty much just going to make peace as soon as we can. There is a temptation to grab Valletta and get walls in Baltimore, though we'll probably only do that if we see the Zulu approaching us. Most likely the main war is going to be happening down here, and they're protected enough that we're not going to... Embassy's welcome mission, we forgot to stop the settler from moving that direction, so we're going to want to pull him back until we make peace. Another unfortunate war. Don't want to improve these since they're next to the preserve. Only have one build charge with this guy left, so let's put the mine down. And then let's do a lumber mill here. Don't want to get rid of the forest because it improves the appeal of the surrounding tiles. We could do an improvement here until we're ready to build the preserve. It would boost... we'd get some pretty epic yields from it. It's tempting to use a build charge there. Or we can come over here and chop away rainforest. That's probably what we'll do. Now we could trade with Baltimore, but we could get pillaged here. In fact, we almost undoubtedly will. Same thing with Johannesburg. We could trade with Nalondia, giving us a little bit of science. Or we could go for more straight gold, start trading with China. I think we'll do that. We'll get a road. I mean, this direction already. Yeah, this would be a really, really nice city. If we can get it in. This city-state swordsman is a little annoying, though. They might be going to kill that one barbarian spearman we saw, which would be nice. Because the city is going to grow, we'll probably plot this settler in right there and buy 2 settlers here. And if we can just buy 2, maybe it's better to get this settler. Where's... Come on. I guess we need the escort anyways. Coming over to this island. He could probably safely get to here. Well, not if he goes through the Zulu. Maybe we could take a long way cutting down through Spain. And then over. We'll do that. Now we will get our first city here. However, if we do build here, we won't be able to get a national park on this little island. We'll need more cities here. And we would specifically want one around, maybe right here, that would put a national park about right there. Now, there is even an argument to maybe just have one city that kind of owns this whole island. You wouldn't be able to have this gypsum and these furs, so it's probably better to put one city down here, and then one up here, maybe on the coast. So we probably would still want a couple more settlers. But if we get this settler over here and that city grows, we can then send Magnus to buy settlers without losing population on whatever city we get down first. This one's safest just because there's no barbarians, and there's going to be a lot of barbarians on this island. Unless we had a frigate to defend the city. Let's chop the marsh. Improve the horses. Hey, they finally moved away. We can settle on that next turn. Assuming there's no flood. So we're good, no flood. We can settle there. We're definitely going to want a pretty sweet harbor and industrial zone, not harbor, sorry, industrial zone, aqueduct, and dam here. And we might as well place a couple of those. Got to figure out, we want to utilize the tiles away from the preserve. So probably right here, or even as far away as this. Let's see, if we get clean power though, we'd want it within 6 tiles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'd have to put it over here. It's not worth it. We'll get clean energy in Atlanta in other ways. So we'll put the dam right here, and then we could put the aqueduct right next to it with an industrial zone right here. And then we could place the industrial zone right there. We won't do that for now. Instead, we will build the preserve. We'll have to buy that tile, which will also culture bomb the adjacent tiles, which is nice. And these will all have some pretty great yields near them. We're 10 turns away. We need a few more era score to avoid a normal age. We'd like another golden age, especially as we settle some new cities over here. In fact, that reminds me, let's keep this builder about right here. Yeah, where we think that China may try to settle. And this trade route that we just completed, Rapa Nui, is tempting. We would get a road here, and we'd get an envoy there. Let's do that. Having completed the trade route, we've got the preserve, we've got the harbor. We could go for a wonder. We could just grab the diplomatic quarter here. It's not necessarily the worst or best city for it. We probably are going to want to put a national park here if we can get the appeal up. We might actually want to grab another builder to come chop this rainforest out. All right, that's where we want to put the city, because that's going to give us a pretty epic national park here. With that for, in fact, we might actually, you know what, maybe we would do it 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So maybe we wouldn't do that. Maybe the national park would actually be right here. Try and fit 2 national parks in the city is kind of the goal. So we'd have one here, and then we would have another one right here. So to put in those tax. National parks. I'd get 2 in that city, which would be pretty great. Now with our free builder, let's improve the wheat. Oh wait, we don't necessarily want that improved. We can improve it for now and then get rid of the improvement once the preserve's done. We actually probably would prefer the lumber mill done sooner, but it'll at least help the city grow for now. Improve that. We have lots of luxury resources. Let's see who doesn't have honey. China does not have any honey. I think it's the only other person we know. Or the Ottomans or Alexander. Let's first go to China, our ally. We don't want gypsum, but we can sell them honey and spices. Decent enough. Go to Alexander the Great, our friend. Beautiful. He must have access to spices. We'll at least get some gold out of that. Now, earn double great people points of this class. We're not really earning too many. Engineers would be nice, but we don't have that many industrial zones up. I don't think we have any up yet. We'll just vote for a great... we'll vote to ban great writers for now. And then we will vote for ourselves and vote twice, because usually that's enough to beat the AI. They usually just vote for themselves once with the culture bombs. Alright, so that city got flooded. I think that's... Alright, we won that one. Actually, let's take a look. No great person points towards great engineer. That's too bad. Got a pretty nasty flood here, but that was expected until we get engineers up. We'll get the Petra in Boston here pretty soon. So for now, in Buffalo, we'll grab the granary to improve the housing. Oh, we did just complete the industrial zone. That's great. Philadelphia is actually a pretty good place to get the diplomatic quarter. It's going to grow pretty quickly, and Washington's kind of limited on space. We are going to want to put a mine there, as well as some here. Maybe this is a great place to get a quick builder to improve this niter. Actually, no, we won't improve that one because it's next to the preserve, but we can get the builder over here to improve these niter. Let's go improve... No, we will leave that honey unimproved. We could improve this farm, though. And then a little bit Magnus will be here, and we can chop away this rainforest. And we completed our first military engineer. We could build roads right here. He uses 1 charge, though. And we'd rather not use the charges, so let's go straight to the dam. Settle our city. There's a cold, cold St. Louis. It's a pretty decent enough place to buy a tile with breathtaking. That'll give the city a little bit more food. So now it will actually grow, and we'll probably just... We don't really need like any improvements here. We probably should work on a preserve, though. And a preserve right here is probably best, though we're lacking the gold to get that preserve. But we're going to send this builder back over here. And let's see, how could we just grab gold real fast? We'll sell our copy of spices. That'll give us the gold to buy this tile and put a preserve in. It'll take a while to build. And then but it'll be great. Let's go next turn. Let's put the lumber mill in. Once the city, we want it to grow first. In fact, it's almost worth chopping away the wheat to grow it. But I think instead we'll send this builder to be a little bit more of use, such as a mine right here. They only need, what, one more era score? Beautiful. I believe that got us our era score.
Lost.
That's +2 gold for every fishing boat improvement. That's great. We're up to 92 gold per turn. We are up to 2 population here, and Magnus will be in next turn, so that's when we can buy our settler. Checking on this settler, making sure they're still safe. We can make peace in 5 turns. Now, what's the focus that we should do for science right now? We should look for anything that's going to give us an edge diplomatically. I don't believe the only wonder left is that's going to give us diplomatic points is going to be the Statue of Liberty, I think. Though, oh, this will give us 100% diplomatic favor. Okay, that'd be really solid. So we probably want to move towards sanitation, and industrialization will be necessary. So let's start moving that direction. Let's get education. He wants the Epic of Mulan. They'll give us the Epic of Mulan. Oh, but he wants the Epic of Sinbad. No. Yeah, that deal's just not going to work.
You can't go around arresting the thieves.
Okay. This will be great eventually. Same with this. They're not that great right now. These are still better. Getting great merchant points per turn wouldn't be terrible. We're getting 2. Increasing that to 4 would help. No one's earning great engineers. Wow, that's really good. Let's grab Diplo Service. Having completed the builder. Let's see. We're completing the builder up here to send this way. Probably want to continue to put these mines in. Oh, and we want to chop this rainforest right away. We might remove this spices improvement to chop away the rainforest as well. Yeah, we're not going to be able to build that next to the city center in Washington, so we might as well build it here in Los Angeles. Now, if we build it here, we'll lose the ability to make a national park right there. So that's actually not phenomenal either. Could build it here and get rid of a mine. We will be able to put mines in without any issues. Though we'll probably remove these to plant woods later for lumber mills. It's a decent place for the for actually an entertainment center. We don't have one. Baltimore technically be a better place, but we'll get entertainment like water parks up here. We could try and work towards the Coliseum, which would be pretty nice. Though Philadelphia would probably be the best place to build that. Let's grab the old gob. Oh, wait, what? I was looking at the wrong city just now. Let's go back to military engineer. And then here. We could crank out a few more builders just so we have them everywhere. We could actually pump out some military. for protection, as well as if we do eventually want to go to war, probably with these two city-states. To do that, we're definitely going to need some siege units. For now, let's probably grab this and put it right here. Alright, let's now bring this builder pretty much right away up to improve the niter. Use this builder to come back and build a mine. While this treasure goes towards the dam. I'll continue to work on the workshop. Alright, Magnus is in. Let's go ahead and buy our first settler. 570 is a decent amount, but now it's debatable what's going to be more prone to... Minus 17 is pretty bad. Because they have a pretty high population city right here. That's despite us being in a golden age. So because of that, let's probably send our first city to be right here. We don't lose any population. Maybe actually right here is better. We don't get the coast, but we do still have the mountains. And enough that we could still do a national park. Though here would mean we could do a national park right there, which would be pretty easy. However, there's no real optimal place to put a preserve if we settle right here. Though I don't know if we can do one on the... This is almost the best place for a preserve. We could settle right here, maybe on the builder. And then we couldn't put the preserve there. If we settled here, I guess we could put the preserve all the way over here. If we settled on the cattle, we couldn't get up to here for a national park. We could come up this far, though, but then we'd still want to put the preserve right here. So maybe we'd have to turn this into a national park. For now, let's go that direction. Turn this into a mine. City is not growing, but there's not really a place for food either. We could buy one of these 2-2 tiles. And work one of those to improve the food so it actually grows. Go next turn. We do have another governor ability. We're probably going to want to upgrade Pingala in the capital, giving us a lot more culture per turn. Let's repair the flooded floodplains. Again, we'll probably remove a lot of these improvements, but for now they're beneficial. And we'll do this chop of the rainforest next. I'm almost tempted to chop that out. We'd lose the food, but we don't want rainforest here anyways. We settle here. There's no loyalty problems. It's on the coast, which is nice. And we'd be able to put potentially a national park. We could even put the preserve right here, boosting all of these tiles. We wouldn't get the dual yields here on the iron, though. Though it would still boost all of this, which is pretty good. Yeah, I think we'll come settle right here on the desert coast. Not the best city, but we can put an aqueduct in. And we can put the preserve right here. So let's change this to a preserve. And we'll probably be chopping or improving the cattle on turn 1 after settling. There's another hero discovered. When located on a bonus or luxury resource, he consumes the resource and generates 120 science and 110 culture. Any improvement present is destroyed. Cost 1 charge and ends the turn. Can you use him in enemy territory? Because that's not that much science and culture. But if you can use it to kind of wreck your enemies, that's pretty good. Also, we're flipping Seville there in a Dark Age. That's really, really good. Though, that's going to change in just 5 turns. Unless I get to another Dark Age. China declared war on the
diplomat is a
Zulu.
man who always remembers a woman's birthday, but never remembers
Your
her
trade
age.
routes to an ally city or vassal city provide +2 food and +2 production for both cities. Or vassal city-state. Alliance points with all allies increased by additional 0.25 per turn. That's not bad. We don't have that many trade routes going yet, though. Boosting spy production is pretty tempting. We do want to get some spies done. The best place to do that, though, is probably in... it's probably actually right here in Los Angeles. Or Philadelphia. Let's actually put that card in. Let's remove this and put in spy production. Mostly to build spies just a little bit faster. Let's first work on the dam. Give it some production. Then go back to work on the spy. Here we can work on humanism. Put a mine down, boosting rifling, gave us access to niter finally. Let's see, we don't want to improve these or any of these, though a mine here wouldn't be terrible. And we put a mine down right there. We're going to want to remove this improvement and chop away the rainforest. We're going to chop away the rainforest here. It at least grows the population. And we'll put a mine down. Pretty soon we can get another settler out. We have to do it with faith, though, and we need 615. And we'd have to do that probably on the last turn of this. Oh, snap. Is that a new city?
The purpose of education.
So they just put in this new city. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can still settle where we want to, though. Just barely. That's up to -16, though. That's pretty brutal. We might even settle here just because then it's only -10. Can't put the preserve here like we hoped. Could put it like right there, though. Or even right here. So we might come settle on this hill. It'd be surrounded by mountains, but it wouldn't struggle as much with loyalty. Let's send our swordsman out to make sure no one goes and beats us there. And continue to move towards sanitation. Having completed the diplomatic quarter, we can now get the consulate building. And improve... Do we just have another flood here? Oh my goodness. Let's build the farm, go back to repair that. And we'd like to work on the dam, but... Oh, we haven't even placed it. We need more military engineers, to be honest. It's not a bad place just to grab a camp or an encampment. To build military engineers. But for now, let's get the water mill. Yep, we'll settle right here. We're losing a little bit of population, but that's not really a problem. Let's work with the pasture first to get that extra food. How's the religion game? Alright, so they've converted a few, but they're not super close. They are leading in pretty much everything, though. We'll have to be aware of a Chinese cultural victory. I haven't seen the AI get a culture victory in, like, forever, though. Let's see. A granary will improve the growth and housing. The old god obelisk will improve its faith. We're going to want to put the preserve district down, though. And we'll probably just go ahead and buy the granary. Now we have to switch back to the dam. And then use their last charge. And then go back to the spy. And we will complete a military engineer here soon. We'll probably spend our next gold on more military engineers. So let's chop away the rainforest. That makes this into charming, I think. Yep. And here we can either do a mine, or we can potentially buy this wheat tile and improve it. We need a bit more gold. That would keep this city, Atlanta, growing. Let's go to Alexander. Nope, he's broke. Let's go to the Ottomans. He's even more broke. We can make peace with the Zulu. Nothing really we want from them. Not even 1 gold per turn, but we'll make peace. That's easy for us. I mean, everyone's broke. Maybe Spain has some money. They do. We only need 100. Let's give them some iron for their war efforts. And then we'll go ahead and buy this tile. That makes sure the city's still growing, not going to lose any population. Go next turn again. Okay, so we could build a Moai. They're going to get only 1 culture, though, which isn't great. I think I'd prefer the mine. Though eventually we're going to plant woods everywhere. He wants iron as well. And we'll actually make that deal. We're not using our iron right now. And until we are, there's no point in having it. Massive eruption. Tempted to also buy this tile and chop out the marsh. We want to get our settler. We need 1 more turn of faith. I think we're going to have time, so... It increases our population. That should help our issues with loyalty there. Don't want to improve this, but we do want to improve that. This was trading with Washington to boost his growth and other problems. I think we probably want to send the trade route to either New York or even Baltimore to trade back this way to create this road that we don't have. We have a road from LA, but we don't have one from Baltimore, so it kind of takes a while for these military engineers to get going. Now we'll improve the spices, and the appeal stays high. Here's our next military engineer. We'll go ahead and bring them towards that same dam. Repair the wheat once again. Come over here to improve this honey, probably. Alright, so we made it over here, and we made peace with the Zulus, so we're fine to come settle this way. The only question, of course, is where do we want to settle? And I think we probably claim this little island first. If we settle here, I think on the oranges is best. We can have an epic harbor. But technically right here would give us a really epic harbor as well. We'd claim the whole island, we'd get a lot of fish and stuff. And we'd still be able to put a city here to get a national park. We could even actually have the city have the national park right here, if we did that. Maybe we only settle this city and then we put in one about right here. Or right here. We'll have to watch out for barbarian boats though, in fact. Let's take control of our scout here. Yep. And go see what they have. Let's also, yeah, bring this guy onto land. We completed the foreign ministry. Getting the lighthouse would probably be the best option. We're going to get more housing and give us another trade route. Though this would actually be pretty decent. First, before we forget, let's buy our settler. And ooh, what is better? Probably grabbing the lighthouse first. Let's also improve Pingala again. Well, there's actually a reason to maybe grab Reina. Just to help with any loyalty issues here. We're going to want to put her probably there. For now, we can put her into New York. Let's do that. She'll claim up tiles faster. If we bought this stone, we could actually chop out the stone, completing that preserve a little faster. Though we do want to spend gold more on military engineers. I think it's still a good investment. Now we want to trade back this way to get a road going. Washington's the best bet. The best yields, 3 food, 3 production. Which will also help us get these military engineers out a little faster. We could change our cards. We're only going to get one more city in though, and when we do, those extra build charges will be nice. We are still getting a harbor buildings, specifically the lighthouse and the capital. It's too bad there's no boost towards military engineers. We are still building the spy, so we'll keep all those cards in. Let's see, they'll give us some gold and open borders for some niter. I think we'll make that deal. Let them fight Spain. Wow, Spain just got wrecked by that that flood. So we might need more of a navy here.
Betwixt the stirrup and the ground.
I'm gonna have to watch out for this a little bit. There's a lot of barbarian ships, so we do not want to lose our settler coming out this way. Now we are losing loyalty again, but I think that will change once we accept the Golden Age. Spain's in a heroic age, wow. Let's continue with that. Now let's take a look at what we have. Our religion has grown. We're going to want to grow it to these cities as well, if we can. So this is a little tempting. We are going to have some trade routes. This is a little bit, we'll get more population on the cities on the island if we can at least get our settler there. However, this isn't bad. This is still probably best though. And rather than put our faith into settlers, we can just use our faith to get tons of builders everywhere we want. The downside of that is we're not going to get that many builders. With our preserve districts, we don't need... I mean, we do want to do a lot of chops, but that's kind of it. And we're going to get free builders in each city, so it's debatable if that's worth it. It is very convenient, though. But it's probably more convenient than the 3 population. Although +2 movement for embarked units would get our settlers there a little faster and help them maybe outrun the barbarian unit. +2 loyalty for turn for cities on your not on your original continent. We probably will only settle 1, maybe 2 or 3 maximum here. That's really the only place that we can still settle. Maybe over here. Pretty big loyalty problems, though. On this coast, we could settle. And they are different continents. Yeah, I think we'll take... the problem is, if we take that, though, then we can't buy the settlers with faith. Let's take monumentality. That's better. Just was talking through my thought process there. It was a little scattered. I think we made the right choice, though. Now, we could go for square rigging to get a frigate in place, to make sure we can at least clear out those islands. However, we'd have to get that frigate up here and send them the long trek east. See, that's only -4 now, and this -7. That's not bad. What's still better? A little bit more debatable. If we do it here, we could do a national park there. If we do it here, we could do a national park here, and potentially up here. We probably would put the preserve right around here, or either way, we could put the preserve like right here if we bought up that tile. This is probably the better spot. Although if we do put it here, we couldn't go 1, 2, 3. Oh, we could. 1, 2, 3. If we settle on that hill, we still could put this into a national park as well in this city. 1, 2, 3, 3, 3. Yep. So that's, yeah, I think that's still the best tile. Let's, yeah, keep this guy just on defense for now. And let's spend the gold to grab that stone. Go ahead and take out this 81 production. And these preserves are getting pricey. And we'll probably put a mine down next turn right there. We definitely want to vote for yes on these. And we're probably going to be putting a decent amount of gold into it to make sure we get some diplomatic victory points. Because we'll get 2 out of it. Not to mention we'll get diplomatic favor back. So let's go ahead and just talk to Spain right now. Our gold is going to have to go to this, not the military engineers. This is still a bit risky. Spain is luckily helping us out a little bit. So let's just follow their boats as much as possible and hope we survive. If we bought this tile, we could get a lumber mill in, but let's actually chop out this rainforest while we're right there. Magnus is in. Go next turn. Put in the camp. We can still get a lot of builders, so let's actually spend the faith to grab a builder right here to boost Baltimore so we get more production, more military engineers. We'll complete our first spy.
You must not lose faith in you.
I think we still... Oh, no, we don't. We don't want that card in anymore. More production in other cities actually still isn't bad. The industrial zone bonus isn't terrible. This would be decent once we get that other city in. I don't think we would actually get anything out of invention right now because of the current World Congress policy. We could take a combat strength towards barbarians if we were fighting them. Let's see. We're not really getting any wonders. We have bought a decent amount of tiles. We could actually take this. This would save us a little bit of gold, helping us get more to help out Spain. Let's take production, though. It's not a huge bonus, but it will help just a little bit in each city. Let's make an alliance again with Spain, unless, of course, we want to spy on them. Let's go for mercantilism. Get this closer to civil engineering so we get the Statue of Liberty. We want to rush that. Let's work on the dam for a turn. Put our military engineer there and boost it. And then go back to the workshop. Now the spy... Yeah, they don't have anything gold that we could steal. We want to steal gold if possible. 368 is not terrible. Lately I feel like there's less and less gold to steal from the AI. 120 is pretty terrible. So we'll go to Pella and steal their gold. One build charge left here. Let's bring them there and let's just make the pasture. And here, probably should chop out this rainforest. Put a lumber mill in right there. Because we're not allies, we can't improve the scout, but we can try and block our swordsman so that the scout would take the hit and not the swordsman. And we'll put the lumber mill in here. And a farm there. That doesn't help a ton, but it's... We're going to need the improvement eventually anyways. They would like some of our resources. However, we're going to want the niter so that we can get a frigate. So we're going to say... Will give us... Oh, really? A great work of writing. However, he wants us to pay some gold. What if we just want to sell... Actually a pretty good deal, though. I think we'll accept. Let's take a look at our... Yeah, we can be friends. Wow, Cincinnati took quite the hit there. But that's fine. We'll get military engineers eventually over there to get that dam for essentially free. We'll get another trade route. New Orleans is struggling to grow. Just realized. Let's focus on... some growth there. Actually, it'll complete the preserve in one turn, and it'll get a lot better yield, so it'll be fine. It is a pretty good tile or city to start to send the trade route. Working on wonders here in the capital is not a bad idea. However, for now, let's grab... Oh, you know, we can buy the trader with faith. Let's actually do that in Cincinnati. So we'll get some roads going as well as and be able to build up that city. Let's go back to the dam, boost him with a great engineer, and then just finish it with this one turn. Send this next military engineer all the way up to... We can either start sending them to Buffalo, or actually we can send them here to finish the aqueduct. Let's do that. And here we can either spend faith to complete this, 380, or save up our faith for more builders. I think we'll save up the faith just to buy this in the cities that we have holy sites. We don't have that many. And instead we'll use our production for... This isn't bad, but it takes forever. The Colossus is better since we can put it right in the ocean. And we'll get a free trade route out of it. Let's settle right here. We are losing San Diego with loyalty, but we can put Reina there. And we're doing a lot better. And we are going to chop out of here, though. Probably going to chop immediately. We should move Magnus somewhere that we'll start chopping soon. We're not going to be doing too many more chops, but we've already gotten rid of most of our rainforest. Here I could see us chopping a little bit in Atlanta. For now, let's put him in San Diego. We'll put Reina back in New York. And we'll just have to wait on the chops, and instead we'll improve, like the pasture. We might want to spend our gold to make sure we claim this tile up. Though the preserve, this is really only going to be helpful if we snag this city eventually, which we need to build. We need to boost San Diego up quite a bit to do that. So we'll see. because we want it to grow faster, let's go ahead and build the old god obelisk. Grow as in its borders. Oh, we lost that tile. We should have bought it. Right, so this scout is in trouble. Let's get open borders with Spain. So we can get to something a bit more protection. Go next turn. Improve the crabs. The lumber mill. Take your diplomatic favor. We're actually leading this. Like, they have all contributed nothing, so we might win this pretty easily. It's kind of, I guess, the benefit of going for diplomacy when there's a lot of aggressive civs in the game. We're going to renew our friendship with Greece. Let's start establishing some embassies. Let's start with Spain and China and Alexander. Did some of them say no? No, I guess we just have more gold than I thought. Not interested, and they probably won't be either. Yeah. Having completed the dam, we can work on the aqueduct, but let's see, a military engineer, it will complete, what's the percentage? %20 of a canal, dam, or aqueduct. That's much more helpful with dams and canals than they are with aqueducts. Some aqueducts, I guess the city's production's not the worst. An aqueduct would help though. Let's work on that, and we'll use the engineer to finish it a little faster. But probably only one charge. Let's grab the chancery here. And having completed the watermill, let's go for our harbor finally in this city. Get a little kind of a gold city there. In New Orleans, we've completed the preserve, boosting all these tiles. Now, none of them have the appeal we need. In fact, if we look at appeal, it's this one. It's pretty bad. We're going to have to plant a lot of forest. We do want to grab the granary, though, to help this city grow, and let's also have it focus on a tile with a bit more food. And this also completed the preserve. Perfect timing. Let's also work on the unimproved charming. We're gonna need to grab the granary first, and then we'll grab the grove. Probably do that in both of them. Let's trade back with Washington to get the food and production. The city's still a ways. It's not growing at all, is it? And it's losing loyalty still. Ah, I thought we had it already focused on this. Definitely want it to grow. It should be a great city for one of our next trade routes. Not to mention, we probably need to put a governor there. Let's move Victor there, since it is losing loyalty. We're definitely going to want to chop. For now, let's have our builders wait until Magnus is in. We could buy this to chop out the rainforest as well. It's actually kind of tempting. Does this city have... It does. No, it doesn't have the old god obelisk. Let's actually buy that. If we can. We would need Valletta back to buy it with faith. Oh, we've lost... Valletta doesn't exist anymore. Where were they? Right here. China conquered Valletta. Okay, let's get some gold then. We don't need a ton. But they are desperate because they're at war. Which I think makes them more prone to wanting resources. But if we buy the old god obelisk here, we'll get some faith out of it, but we'll also, more importantly, be able to snag some of these tiles faster, since this city will get more culture. Once we get national parks in, we'll want to put them first spread out into all the cities, because every city that you put a national park in improves the appeal of every tile in that city. Our alliance expired with China. Let's go ahead and renew that. Let's take the cultural alliance for now. Well, yeah. And then let's go to Spain. We're not spying on them. No one seems to like Spain, so let's not for now. And continue to wait until Magnus is in that city. It's a nice farm. I would like to grab those horses as well. It's a really, really good tile. This actually would be a great city to put in. Maybe we shouldn't have done the harbor. Maybe we should put an encampment, because we probably would get a military here, since we could attack Taruga here. And we might want one in one of these cities, since we can use it to attack Nalandia. Maybe we'd put the encampment just right there. All right, we're on the way. Hopefully we don't run into any baddies. 3 turns still border growth, so we'll just chill there for a minute. We've completed the preserve, getting some really, really nice yields here. When this preserve's done, this is going to be off the charts. And we can also grab the grove now. Man, a lot, 150 production, which isn't normally bad, but our production is pretty terrible. We can double it though. What do you, yeah. I need a, no, we don't want a lumber mill there, because we'll get great yields out of it relatively soon. An industrial zone here is probably necessary though, despite the fact we're not going to have a dam. We probably would want to put an aqueduct down and then an industrial zone right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 would be in range of this city. So for now, let's put the industrial zone. Actually, if we put it right here, yeah, we could do an aqueduct and then another aqueduct. That is going to be nice. And then I think we also will put the pin right here for an encampment. And with that, let's just go ahead and start working on the industrial zone. Won't actually give us any production right away. A water mill's not bad. Let's place the aqueduct. And then let's work on the grove. So wait another turn, well, 2 turns actually. Same thing here. And let's go ahead and spend the gold just to grab that horses tile. It's too good to pass up. And let's check out how we're doing here. Again, we're the only ones that have contributed, so we're doing great. We'll be able to get square rigging soon. And if we get the city settled, it won't be that big of a deal. We'll probably buy a frigate here to clear out these encampments. Although, actually, you know what? Saving our faith for Sinbad. Where is he? Right here. We could use 850 faith. If we bought a monument here, we'd get Sinbad and then use him to clear these outposts, which would give us 1,000 gold. It's tempting. Let's hopefully that quadrime doesn't come pick on us. 1 more turn. 1 more turn. Alright, Zulu have denounced us, that's fine. They would like a research alliance. We had a religious with them before. We actually should have better natural spread. So I'm okay with the research alliance. We'll get just a little bit of science out of it.
There is little man has made that approaches anything.
That'll give us a bit more movement here, and they didn't come for us. That's good. That guy's a problem. Losing loyalty in San Diego. Not too bad. Now that Magnus is in, we can chop. So that's great. We also should quickly grab this tile. And we can put the encampment in, actually. That's tempting. But not as tempting as something like the granary. Or the preserve, if we were to put it... Yeah, right here is not terrible. It would boost this, which would eventually, theoretically... It would boost these mountains, which would help this national park. And it would actually boost this if we turn this into a national park, which we probably will. So yeah, this is probably the best place for the preserve. For now, let's grab the granary, though. And then let's take a look at the tech tree. Military tactics will get us mass production. Let's see, sanitation. If we click on that, we need to go right through here. So we actually want to grab... Let's grab banking, then astronomy. Now we can chop out that rainforest. We complete this military engineer, which we will send. We need to boost these aqueducts. Complete that aqueduct. Get the workshop in. Send this military engineer all the way up here. We need aqueducts, and actually I think over here it makes more sense to boost Cincinnati first. We'll send this military engineer over here to Cincinnati as well. Especially if we get this encampment in, we can use gold or some other ways to grab the military engineers a little faster. Let's put our swordsmen into the city. And let's take the gain sources. A little easier to successfully spy, hopefully. How many more military engineers are we getting? Just one. Let's actually grab the preserve. Let's take a break from them real fast. Put the preserve in. It'll finish in 7 turns, and it'll get some great yields right here.
Having
Right, so
seen
the
a
scout took some
economy, I suddenly
lumber mills are
understood
going to give
much
us
better
more.
what I liked about a market.
Let's take this right now to get more trade. We're not getting so many new cities, so we're going to get rid of serfdom. We might use our faith, though, to get some builders. Though it's not really worth that until we can start planting forests. Until then, let's... This is tempting. This is even probably more tempting. It only boosts Philadelphia right now, but Philadelphia is doing some big stuff. I don't think we're actually using this anywhere, but we will be building an encampment district pretty soon. We might have to just retreat up here real fast to get away from that boat. Might have to put this the first city here, just to make sure they get one down. Let's grab civil engineering so that we can get Statue of Liberty. Cities receive +1 production for every improved resource type. It's not bad. Let's take Johannesburg. Oh, and we've met Arthur. Arthur's a good hero, especially if you want to quickly conquer someone, especially early in the game. Let's grab this other farm, I think. Yeah. We'll get a little farm triangle here. 9 of 10, so I don't think it should work. I think we should focus on production. Once we complete the workshop, we'll see what we want to build next. We could have boosted wonders, I guess, with one of our cards. We are building 2 wonders right now. Let's go next turn. We definitely want to chop out this rainforest. And then we can either grab the preserve or just put in the encampment for now. Let's put that down. Oh, we lost this marsh tile. They can't get these tiles, they're too far away, so that's good. For now, we'll go next turn. We're not close to flipping this city yet. Not sure how close we'll ever get, but it is one of the key cities, so we're going to have to prepare for a war against the Zulu. And with these in, it's going to be pretty brutal unless we have, honestly, bombers. Especially if we take a look at the tech tree. We're middle of the pack with China. Shaka's a little ways ahead of us. I guess if we had artillery, we'd do okay. Even bombards maybe would do okay. But for now we gotta focus on probably these cities are even better. And we need a lot of faith to be able to get our naturalist soon. To put a farm in here. And then come over this way to build that mine. Oh man, you gotta be kidding me. China beat us there. We can still settle up here, and then one right there. The good news is maybe we can cut across. Since they have some warriors there to protect. We're going to refuse that demand. That does mean maybe we could... A war with China actually makes the most sense. Since they are probably the biggest threat. And they have some decent tiles. Like this city would be pretty solid. But not as solid as this. It would wholly completely connect our empire. So let's pop right there. Leave our scout here to defend. It's actually tempting to take that upgrade, but I don't think it's quite worth it. Not in this situation. Let's check on Spain. Oh, that's not what I meant. Check on Spain here. Still winning, so we're doing great there. Let's go next turn. Put in the mine. We could look at how to spend our gold here to get the water mill. That would boost the city's production a decent amount. Let's do that. It's a very interesting, like, empire. Maybe the most interesting I've ever had with this long mountain range and settling on both sides of it. It's been pretty wild. Now, we could still get Sinbad here if we wanted to. Once we get this city. We have the faith that we could actually grab a dead hero. Hercules even would... Ooh, he's actually really tempting. All that faith would just give us 3 free districts. We could complete the preserve here, the aqueduct, and the industrial zone. Or we can complete this, we'll complete this preserve. We could use him to build the dams, essentially. Ooh, that is tempting. Because dams are so expensive. Let's do it. And we're done getting in our military engineers. We'll use this guy's last charge on... So we have him, and then we have one more coming, don't we? Yeah. So we could use them to get most of the way done on the aqueduct. And then we could use Hercules to just do the dam. Let's take Hercules. And we're definitely going to want to build the dam here. Actually, let's leave Buffalo on its own for now, and let's send him to this area. We'll complete the aqueduct and the industrial zone. Yeah. And then we'll send him back over here to do the dam in Cincinnati. Although the aqueduct's a little cheap. 12 turns. But these cities need a little bit of a boost. Go next turn.
Petra is a brilliant display of man's artistry in turning barren rock into majestic wonder.
What a beautiful Petra. That's going to really help that city. I think it's Boston, right? Oh, yeah. Especially with this preserve. Like, these are going to be great. We should make sure that... Okay, yeah. It should own all these desert tiles. It's finally going to grow a bit. Let's just start working on the pagoda. We've completed the workshop here. Soon we'll get... Ooh, let's see. Farms on hills... We're definitely going to want to get the Statue of Liberty. We're probably going to put that in Washington. Too bad it's not going to be in New York, huh? Now, what to put in Philadelphia? Taj Mahal is not bad. 3 envoys is actually a pretty decent wonder to go after. It would give us 15% boost to the type of bonuses provided by the city-state. We'd get a lot of nice boosts from it. Let's get another, let's actually just snag a builder with faith. So we can go build some mines to improve the city in general. We could also finally get another hero. Let's take a look at each of these. Ignores all movement penalties. When used, located on an unowned empty plot, Maui creates a random bonus or luxury resource on the plot. It's not bad. We don't have a lot of unowned plots left that we would improve. Ignores all terrain movement penalties, damage all adjacent enemies, and heal all adjacent unowned or owned units by 40. Not bad. Hippolyta automatically heals 20 each turn. Ignores movement penalties and heals terrain. Target any adjacent friendly unit that has a move and restore their movement. Okay, that's decent. Himiko, combat strength to all units within 2 tiles. Immediately place 1 free envoy in the city state if you are already there. You also earn 125 faith. That's probably the best one, just because we can use them. We can quickly use her to snag, I guess, Johannesburg back. The alternative, of course, is to work on another district, such as a commercial hub. That's actually really tempting. We could do one right here and then maybe a harbor next to it. I think I'll take the commercial hub. Get more trade routes. Having completed the harbor here, we still can build things like the dam. We can finish the aqueduct as well. Let's grab the lighthouse first, though. Let's see, how long will it take to actually build the aqueduct here? Oh, production is so bad in this city. Let's finish the aqueduct. And we'll do the industrial zone. Go back to the Grove. Thank you. My military is pretty weak, though. I guess compared to theirs, it's not bad. Okay, we lost the scout.
Improvement makes straight roads.
But our engineer is still fine. We're going to take this now and swap it out for industrial zone bonuses. I think that's still what we want. And we're so close to getting that city up. Choose our Civic. We want to go up this way so we can get up to conservation. And now that we've completed the preserve here, these tiles are giving us some really, really beautiful yields. Not to mention we stole the spices from them. Suck it. Let's grab the Grove. Having completed the encampment, the preserve's tempting. Oh, we're getting culture bombs for every district we complete. Oh, I forgot about that. Because we won the thing with the World Congress. Let's come here. Let's build the industrial zone. Claiming these tiles back. Let's also grab a builder next turn, probably to go chop those. And we'll probably just actually finish the aqueduct here too. Although, let's see, how long will it take? 9 turns, that's not bad. Yeah, we'll just build that, I think. Instead, we'll send Hercules somewhere to complete a very, very expensive dam. And we'll work on the grove here. Let's take commercial hub and harbors will get bonuses with her, though not so, doesn't really help where she's at right now. Let's take Pingala to take great people points. We will complete the Colossus in 2 turns, and then soon after we will grab the Statue of Liberty. Let's queue that up. Yeah, theoretically we might have more production in Philly. It's about the same actually. 30, exactly the same. All right, let's queue up the Statue of Liberty. Go next turn. Let's grab the mine there. We're so close, I mean, not really that close to planting trees, but when we do, we're going to have to get so many builders to remove tons of mines, plant trees, put down lumber mills. Lots and lots of build charges. So I'm sending these guys to the dam right now. They would complete 3/5 of it though, and the aqueduct is a lot cheaper. So we'd actually have prefer them that they work on the aqueduct, and we'll have Hercules complete this dam.
At Rhodes was set up a colossus
Beautiful.
of 70 cubits high, representing the sun. The artist expended as much bronze in it
And the
as seemed
donkey's always
likely
funny in
to
the
create a
background.
dearth in the mines.
Let's leave us a free trade route. And we're now building the Statue of Liberty. We'll keep the trade route here in the capital to try and focus on more production. In fact, if we sort by production, Los Angeles will give us 3 per turn. I think we'll take that. Having completed the commercial hub, let's grab the market. Good, we gained sources. Let's move this engineer here. Boost the aqueduct. Complete the dam. And he's still fine with a decent amount of melee strength. So we're going to bring him back to this city and send him probably here. So if we settle here, we'll be able to get a national park here. Yeah, we'll be doing great. We'll have every source of whales and citrus. Having completed we'll work on the aqueduct. I almost wish you could delete him. Maybe you can. I wonder if you still get the relic, the heroic relic after, because then you can just buy him again with faith. Though it would take, I don't remember how much it goes up each turn. Let's steal gold. Now we've got another one of their cities too, or discovered one, I mean. And we could go for housing here. Who owns this? It's Philadelphia. Let's swap this to the capital. Get a little bit more production here, and let's put a mine down. Oh, we need to remove this rice improvement. I thought I'd done that forever ago. They completed nationalism. They're pretty far up there. We completed the chancery finally in this city. I guess this city is as good as any for the mausoleum, though this city would technically be better. Yeah, we definitely want to put it here. So instead, we could either work on an aqueduct, or we could start working on builders to prep for when we get conservation, or instead we can start focusing on military. A frigate would be nice, except it would put it in this lake, and then it would feel like the AI So let's instead focus on siege units that we can upgrade, or cavalry that we can put to make into tanks. There's still, I guess, a couple charges we could do right here. We'll do another builder first. And we'll save our gold to see if we can get Hercules again. We're going to found this city. And this is breathtaking, which is nice. Oh, well, we need a harbor, don't we? We'll take this +4 harbor. Let's send Magnus here. We want to chop out all that rainforest. We can chop out all this rainforest. We can also go snag, actually, that tribal village, too. Once we get this harbor in, which is, I don't know why the docks are next to this mountain, not the city, but we can put the mausoleum in this city, and that'll be the best place for it. We'll have to put it right here next to the volcano. We'll lose that breathtaking tile, but it will never be pillaged next to the volcano because it's a wonder. Now, I'm tempted, if we can delete Hercules, if we can get him again right away. I mean, we'd have to get the faith for it, and I wonder if we get the, what's it called? The great work, right? The heroic relic. I don't know if this is going to work. I have no idea, but I think it's worth a try since we have already used all his labor charges. Okay, well that answers the question. We did not get a heroic relic. Not a 1. Which is fine, because we can just save up our faith and get him again. Knowing that, maybe we wouldn't have spent so much time getting these encampment districts. Could have just kept getting Hercules to get and build all our dams that way. But that is phenomenal, especially during this era. We want to get as many districts completed as possible. In fact, why don't we just plan on using Hercules to complete this harbor and instead work on something like ancient walls. And then we'll use gold to buy the obelisk, actually no, the granary and the obelisk. Improving our faith income. Having completed the lighthouse, we now can get a trade route. Let's also do that here in San Jose. We must already, oh, we already got 5 out of 5. Oh, it's because we already had the commercial hub here, that's right. Instead, let's build the aqueduct. It's only cost 5 turns, let's just finish it. And let's come here and buy this whales tile. Right next to the active volcano. We'll go next turn. We're going to remove the rice. It is only average. When we plant woods and all these, it should be fine. So maybe it's fine to keep that in for now. Until we can plant woods, it's not going to have the appeal it needs to actually be that beneficial. So we'll put that down, we'll get the food back, and another half of housing. Completing the grove, we're getting a ridiculous amount of faith here, and food, and culture, and that's awesome. Oh, it's beautiful. I already have that in this one too, right? They're stacked up. Yes, we have the grove. Okay, so with that here, walls are actually tempting. But not that tempting. Not as tempting as, say, a commercial hub. Or even a theater square. We don't have any of those. And that might have to be our backup victory type if we can't win some of these. Also, we're in second place with Philip. Good thing we checked on that. Let's send them some gold. That should put us back in first, but we're going to have to watch out for China. Definitely going to have to watch out for them. I'm going to grab walls here just so that we'll take advantage of these defenses. I'm surprised none of these are breathtaking. What's causing this to suffer? Is it because of the nearby desert, maybe? The grove is tempting here, of course, as is a harbor. Let's grab the grove, though. Oh, we got the tribal village there. Very nice. Go next turn. Use some gold to buy those whales as well and improve them. And then let's go to China and see if we can take their gold. They have less to give to... Really? Okay. Oh, he's getting oil per turn. Wow, he must have got that great scientist that shows oil. Okay. Let's go next turn. Embassy is welcome.
Colonialism. The enforced spread of the rule of reason.
The enforced
But who's going to spread it among the colonizers?
Fishing boats giving us more
Astronomy
production is
more
going to be great. Natural history is going to be really good too. And then astronomy gets us a little closer to sanitation. Though industrialization will be really nice. Let's grab scientific theory for now so we can get to sanitation, and then we'll go back for industrialization. Having completed the market, we need a trade route. Let's see, I don't really want to spend faith since we're saving up for Hercules. 350, we could get it next turn. We could just build the trade route here, and for 3 turns, that's fine. 2 envoys. We actually send both of them to Lahore, which would give us, we could get hang units. Tempting. We get more diplomatic favor too. Not to mention the era score. And oh, we discovered Mulan. Alright, let's boost the aqueduct, which will complete next turn with the military engineer. So let's spend a turn instead working on the preserve. Nihang units. Military 25 is pretty bad, but I guess that's pretty good in the early game. I figured they would scale more. We also see more of that continent. We definitely want to continue to act as culture bombs. I guess we're not really going to be doing any combat. We'd rather hurt Spain. Okay, so we can condemn the Catholic missionaries now, and we'll still get culture bombs there. That's great. Surprised that they didn't come settle this, but I guess we could if we wanted to. Go back to the aqueduct for a turn, finish said aqueduct, and then go back to the preserve for 2 turns, and then we'll get the industrial zone in. +5 is pretty solid. I assume this will be better because we'll get a second lumber mill here. Eventually. These grows will come in eventually. Soon we'll be able to get national parks, though we might want to keep our faith for national parks rather than Hercules. That's tempting. But 1 more Hercules will probably be worth it. 4, 5, 6. The city just will miss out on this power, unfortunately. So an industrial zone is actually tempting. Though a commercial hub is probably more tempting, or a theater square district. Actually, oh, we're gonna need a builder here to do all these farms and lumber mills. So let's terracotta army. We could work on units here because we do eventually want to go to war with the Zulu. And you know what? We probably could win this if we get bombards. But it's going to be a while. We got to get to the other researches we want to do first. Maybe if we had just bombards and heroes, we would do okay. We could get a couple more military engineers to come boost the dam here. But we'll probably just use Hercules to finish it. Let's take the commercial hub right here. Having completed the aqueduct, the dam will be 19 turns. Could put it even right here. But then we'd have to put the industrial zone right here, which is probably what we'll have to do pretty much regardless. This is probably the best place for the dam, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It still would reach the city for clean energy. And 19 turns isn't like too ridiculously long. We still could get a preserve and put it like right here and boost all of these tiles. In fact, we could even put the preserve right here. No, but it's not very good. This one's better. It would boost all of these tiles. It'd be really nice. We're going to put the preserve in there. And in San Diego, we are losing loyalty. Let's move Victor. Where is he? St. Louis. That's right. Let's put him in San Diego. And then here in San Diego, having completed the aqueduct, we could go work on the preserve. Right now we want to focus on getting as many districts as possible since it'll claim nearby territories. In fact, if we bought to here and got the preserve, I guess it's too far away for us to actually get a huge benefit from it. We would want to buy... No, there's no threat of losing that tile. Never mind. Or essentially no threat. Get the Grove in next turn in Charleston. I'm going to refuse that demand. Diplo, we're up to 5 out of 20, which isn't bad now that we're getting these aid requests. We just need to make sure we win them. I'm tempted to give Spain another 100 just to make sure in case we forget. We're not going to lose those victory points. Having completed the pagoda here in Boston. +1 diplomacy slot. Oh, and a diplomatic victory point. I forgot about Patala Palace. Okay, no one's building that. Well, we're not, at least. 27 is a lot better. Let's search to see if anyone's getting that. PO search. No one's building that, I don't think. So we want to put that in. And actually, right here is a decent enough spot. Based off this, I'm assuming it has to be next to mountains. Must be on a hill adjacent to a mountain. So this is probably the best place we can do that. Alternatively, this LA could build it. How is our production? In Philly, it's at 33, and Los Angeles is 22, 32. None of these have phenomenal production, to be honest. Even Washington's is only at 36. Cincinnati's is bad. It's bad. All right, we'll do it in Philadelphia. 27 turns isn't too crazy. We'll put it right there. I forgot that's going to give us a diplomatic victory point. I felt like we were missing a diplomacy wonder. There it is. Having completed the trade route, I think we'll actually trade here to boost production. Though I'm tempted to still send the trade route over to our new city. Which we probably want to get a... We do want to get Hercules, but we also want to get a settler here. Let's focus on the Wonder. Getting extra production for the Wonder. Having completed that, let's work on... We could work on start getting the army going over here. We could work on a catapult. Or we could just do siege towers. They only have medieval walls. We would need infantry, though. And we probably would have to go snag gunpowder real fast. We'll do that, and we'll start working on swordsmen so that we can take this city. And we completed the builder here. Let's go work on these improvements. I'm tempted to spend the faith to grab just one settler here, so that we can get this city down. Probably right here. And it puts us a little further from getting Hercules. But we're getting enough faith per turn that I'm not too worried about it. And that way we can at least maintain some loyalty here as well. And maybe we could get a lot of seaside resorts or something here. So let's grab that settler in San Jose. Link these two, and let's bring them around. We're going to have to be a little wary of this encampment, though, so. That did cost a lot of faith, but only a few turns worth, so. We could grab the mausoleum, giving us faith in it. Oh, we want to do that in the other city, that's right. Instead now, I think it's either get troops or builders. The builders, I think, are more important right now, and we'll use them once we get conservation. We'll use a lot of them. Having completed the grove here, we're getting some pretty epic yields. Let's snag some of these main buildings. Let's grab the granary to improve the housing. Let's probably do maybe one more turn. I always say that, right? One more turn. Ooh, catastrophic eruption. That's only right next to our settler. Okay, our settler lived. Whew. We're going to take a wide berth around that volcano, I think. We've lost Rapa Nui. We don't have any envoys to send them either. Well, let's go by foot. Yikes, that failed. It's unfortunate. That gold would have been nice. It's almost worth just holding on to builders until we do get conservation, part of me thinks. Because we're going to plant woods essentially in all these places. Maybe. Major drought. Yikes, that is rough right there. Planting woods will fix this issue, but... Ooh, that is a nasty looking barbarian unit. They got an even wider berth, I guess. Save our gold up for a frigate, which we could get for 1120. Maybe we can sell some things, take all their gold, and then give it back to them. That'd be funny. We'll give them some spices, some mercury, all of our horses. Beautiful. Let's go to China. Take all their gold, give them all of our horses, or the rest of them. And we can't give them much else. We can give them some honey. Oh, beautiful. All right, with that, we can still send Spain some gold if we need to. We don't need to yet, though. Let's go ahead and grab the frigate. We'll also get some air score for this. There we go. So let's take out that barbarian unit if we can. And I know I said one more turn last time, but let's do one more. We did just get the frigate and they're fun, so. We only have one charge left, so let's go improve this tile.
The real use of gunpowder is to make all men.
Corey's gonna give us production. Alright, so we got our whales pillaged, but we can take out their privateer. We're close to getting Hercules again. The only debate, of course, is do we use him to complete some of these districts we're missing, or do we hold on to the faith to get national parks? And I don't know. Probably to complete the districts first, getting Hercules. Still winning there. Rapa Nui declared war on China. They must be at war with the Zulu still. They've been at war with them forever. Or maybe they were just restarted. I'm tempted to upgrade these troops, especially so that we can take out this city here. I also want to actually grab ancient walls real fast that we can put in some type of bombard here to hit Nalanda soon, eventually. And let's queue up the preserve. And we'll get a decent military here to attack Taruga. That seems like good. We'll hold on to that last envoy. As much as I'd love to take out this frigate, let's actually move a little closer and then we'll take them out. Hopefully they don't take out our settler this next turn. They go after China. I literally am fighting. We're just fighting barbarians. Okay, that was good.
Had I been present at the creation, I would have given some useful...
Take a look at our policies. We're still not really doing much with this. But working on that, we were using them a decent amount, but not so much now. We could actually take this and then upgrade our swordsman, saving us some gold. Still getting wonders. This arguably could be replaced by this, giving a lot more production in our one, soon to be 2 cities on those islands. This would also be pretty good, actually. This is once we get conservation, this is what we want, and then we'll crank out a bunch of builders. This is tempting. We get more faith, which would be nice, but I think we'll go in with this. Let's find our swordsmen and upgrade them. And we're completing the industrial zone there. Let's work on the market. We completed the granary. Let's grab the watermill there. And let's grab Rapa Nui back. And hold on to the last envoy. Hopefully that boat takes the bait and attacks our frigate, which we'll have to find out next turn, or next episode, I mean. We're doing really well. We'll build up our military, hopefully in the next episode, to attack these guys, and potentially the Zulu to take this city. In the meantime, of course, we're trying to build up our faith so that we can grab so many naturalists. So many naturalists. However, it is tempting to still grab Hercules, which we would still need a little bit more faith to do, letting us get a few free districts, essentially, such as the dam here, a harbor here. So, lots to do, but we're getting close. And hopefully we grab this Potala Palace so that we get that diplomatic victory point. And of course we need to win this. We're still up by 200, so I'm hoping we're safe enough for that win. So, yeah, let me know what you think about this and what you want to see. But thanks for watching, everyone. Love you all. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you in the next episode.